So yeah, we're talking, and then so I got into the whole conversation like, who have you talked to so far? She told me there wasn't many people like the poetess. I think maybe Greg Mack, a few other little people, but it wasn't nobody like none of the group. I asked her if she talked to Dre. She was like, no, we reached out to him twice, and he gave us his blessing, but he doesn't want to be involved in it. And I told her straight out to her face, if Dre's not involved in this movie, whatever you're getting paid, make sure you get your money up front, because it's not going to be a movie. Because Dre is the root of where you only have one half of where it started. So one half is already gone. So without the other half, it's not a movie.
Exactly.
She just kind of laughed, but then we talked for like maybe 4 hours, honestly. But I didn't tell her a lot, because like I said, I didn't still know what was going on. So then down the line, it started really coming together. And then the second that they put Gary on, that's when Dre came in.
But
what people don't really know about that movie, I don't give a fuck what anybody ever says. What people don't know, Universal put out that movie, but I'm going to tell you right now, Dre ran that fucking movie. That was Dre's movie. Dre could do anything you fucking wanted. I don't give a fuck.
I believe it.
The owner of Universal was there.
But one hit quitters everywhere. He ran that movie.
Yeah. Nah, but yeah, Dre just every day he was on the set, he was attentive to everything, he took care. Like Dre ran them. Dre really directed that fucking movie, low key. But it was just
I believe it.
So the movie, but it was never. That's what kind of did make me a little mad. It was never like a sit down with everybody to kind of let's do this. It was kind of more or less. I think the movie kind of started because Tamika wanted to do something about Eric, and she went to Lionsgate or whatever, and they said, we'll do it if you get everybody else involved. And I think that's when she approached Q. And I think that's when they might have approached Dre, but Dre doesn't like Tamika, like, period. So they weren't even in the same space together. Like, even at the rap party, Dre was on the other side of the house. But yeah, it was never, that's what kind of made me kind of like, just, I'm not mad, but just kind of sad that it was never like, okay, let's everybody sit down and let's talk about how we want to do this. It was more or less, then you got your part, you got your part, you got your. Only time that everybody was kind of together, and it was, with the exception of Q, was when we were at the production office one day, and Dre was there with Gary and everybody, and then Ren and Yellow were there. And me, Ren and Yellow was just talking about some easy stories, and Dre heard us. He came out the meeting and started getting in the story. So it's just like, that was like I think the biggest group that they had of even anything about the movie. But it would have made me kind of feel better if they would have all kind of came together okay, is this how we're going to do it? Because I told Ren, I kept telling Ren, like, look, bro, it's not, and it wasn't, and for the record, it wasn't Dre and Dre and Q that has anything to do with Eric's part or anything to do with Ren being left out of on the poster. But I told Ren, I was like, Universal is kind of downplay you. Be on top of that. He kind of wasn't, and that's when that poster came out, is when it snapped, and that's when he made that fucking, look, fuck Universal. And that showed him how much power he had. I told him how much power he had. I was at the production office every day talking to those dudes. They gave me power. So if they gave me power, what the fuck would they gave him? Without MC Ren, any parts of the movie, if Ren was talking negative about that movie, they wouldn't have wanted to do it. And I told him that. But then when that poster came out, that woke his ass up. Like, boom, okay, fuck this shit. You're not going to leave my name out the poster. I'm a part of this shit. So that changed a lot. But because Ren. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Ren was a heavy. Ren played a heavy role into this, man. Like, especially with the writing.
Ren played one of the heaviest, bro. One of the heaviest. People don't get it. They don't like. The thing is, what people hear, they go by. So if they're hearing a bunch of bullshit, they kind of believe it. So every time I have conversations with people, they're like, "Oh, well, didn't Ice Cube write all the rhymes? Can you read, motherfucker? Go to Wikipedia. It tells you who wrote the rhyme. And you're going to see Elvis Patterson on a lot of motherfucking songs. You're going to see that Elvis Patterson on a lot.
Yeah. But one thing about it, when people forget that Ren, like, especially when he did his solo stuff, Kiss My Black Ass, Ruthless for Life, the villain. I mean, this dude was like Ren is one of the all-time greats. And, you know, that was one of the criticisms of the movie as to why Ren's part was not really, why he was not more prominent in terms of what he brought to the game.
Because they just wanted to kind of downplay it. And like I said, when I say they, I mean the Universal, not Dre and Cube. These are Cube's exact words to me. I don't know what took place after I left, so I don't want to have anything to do with that. That's why he called me. He was like, I'm not going to speak on air whatsoever. And Dre said the same shit. So it makes me mad when I hear people like, oh, it's fucked up how Dre did fucking Easy's part. That was fucking Tamika. You know how many hours I spent with Universal telling them all the Eric stuff, because they didn't want to deal with a lot of people, which made me mad too. Because I could have called in Big Ron with security. I could have called in Baby Mama. It's like, who really could tell you shit? They didn't want to. They tried to keep this little box, and it frustrated me because there was so many people that I felt was left out. I wanted JJ Fad to be a part of that. I wanted Arabian Prince to be a part of that. I wanted
DJ Train
to be a bigger part.
Should have been a part
I wanted Train. That's my thing. It's like it doesn't hurt to throw in. It made me mad. What really did make me mad about the movie, the only thing really is when because I had speaking parts in there. I had a character. He was in there. Nobody knows it because they didn't know who the fuck it was, but he was in 5 scenes. But before that, my character had a speaking part. They took that shit out when they threw Tupac in there. There was no reason to throw Tupac in there, to me. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I understand it kind of led to, but there was no reason to throw Tupac in there. He had I would have rather seen, throw the Ruthless Tour in there. Let's see JJ Fad. Even if it's a glimpse. These are the people that built this shit. But to throw Tupac in there, I didn't like that. That was like, to me, that was like, nah.
And that's not to downplay